that RBI is a supervisor. RBI will review the banks that whether they are following all the norms. And then comes pillar 3, market disclosures. What is market disclosure? That banks should make full disclosure of their balance sheet and other financial information so that there is transparency. Bank doesn't hide things. Frauds कब होते हैं? When there is not enough transparency. So you just have to remember the names of these 3 pillars. Write down the names. Only this much part. Only this much part.
The last slide दिखा दीजिए
जल्दी स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो सर.
नहीं इसके बाद वाली
सर ये तो आप कर चुके हैं ना सर. जब हम क्रेडिट रिस्क कर रहे थे तब हमने किया था. हाँ जी. प्लीज नोट डाउन दीज 3 नेम्स. Now, in 1988,
सर लास्ट वाला देगा.
सर सिर्फ ये नाम याद रखने और कुछ नहीं करना. पिलर 1, पिलर 2, पिलर 3. Now, come here. Many years back, there was a bank known as Harstadt Bank in Germany. This bank had dealings with 2 American banks. Harstadt Bank said that I will give you dollars, you give me German currency marks. ठीक है, done. The American banks sent Deutsche Marks to this Harstadt Bank. And when the time came for the second leg of the transaction, when Harstadt Bank had to send dollars, it was night time in Germany and the bank closed because it's night. When there was morning in Germany, there was night in America. So before that common window comes, when both the banks are open and German bank can transfer the money or whatever is it, do the formalities. In those days, Harstadt Bank was not in a very good financial condition. The German regulator bank declared Harstadt Bank as insolvent and bankrupt and closed the bank. Now, हुआ क्या कि they received the money from American banks, but the currency they had to give to American banks never bent. As a result, 2 American banks collapsed. This was a very big issue at that time. So in 1988, in Switzerland, there is a very beautiful city known as Basel. In Basel, the governors of central banks, like governor of RBI, of top 10 countries, they met and they decided that there should be some rules to make the banking safe, because now the banking is international. So they decided on credit risk. That there is one risk that is troubling us. The name is credit risk. And they said, fine, now we have identified the risk. So अभी के लिए I'm stopping here. अभी के लिए I'm stopping here, and now I'm changing the slide. ये थोड़ा सा आज का दिन थोड़ा सा आपको ट्रिकी लगेगा, बट इसको समझ लो, कुछ नहीं है. I'm changing the slide to this. They identified credit risk. And they said that first let us, so this is identification is done. Then they said let us measure the risk. So measuring is RWA, risk weight multiplied by assets. And then they said once we have measured the risk, let us keep minimum capital to save ourselves from this risk. So that is 9% of RWA. Is that clear? This was known as Basel I. This was known as Basel I. And they suggested two methods, two approaches to do all this. One is the standardized approach. We have already done this thing. And second was this internal rating based approach. Agar aapko yaad ho, probability of default, exposure multiplied by probability of default multiplied by EAD multiplied by LGD. Yaad aaya ki nahi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this was Basel I. Then after few years, they met again. So this was in 1996. They met again and they said, this is very good, but today one more risk is troubling us, that is market risk. They said, no problem. We will calculate it. We will keep capital charge against it also. This name was given was Basel I modified. So Basel I modified means credit risk and market risk both. And for this, the names of approaches were standardized duration approach and internal model approach. Then after in year 2004, they met again. They said now operational risk is also troubling us. They said no problem. They included that also. They said let us calculate the risk and let us keep minimum capital. So this became known as Basel II. Okay. And for operational risk, what were the three approaches we have done? First was basic indicator approach. Second was the standardized approach, beta factor wali, and third was advanced measurement approach. वो वाली नहीं थी हमने level of operational risk is equals to under root of probability of occurrence multiplied by potential of financial impact multiplied by 1 minus impact of internal controls. So that means in Basel I, there was only credit risk. When Basel I was modified, it became credit and market risk. And when Basel II came, it included operational risk also. So what is the total risk? Total risk is risk of RW of credit risk, this part, plus RW of market risk, this part, plus RW of operational risk, this part. अच्छा इधर देखो, ध्यान से देखो, सिंपल. Suppose this RWA is equals to 100. What is the capital charge?
9.
9.
Suppose this capital charge is equals to 9. Suppose. What is this RWA?
99.99.
99.99, that is 100. Okay. And suppose this capital charge, 15% of average gross income. Suppose this is equal to 9. What will be this RWA?
100.
100. So what is your total risk?
300.
300. For this 300 total risk, how much capital you have?
27.
27.
27.
So this is what is your capital adequacy ratio. Total capital you have is 27 and total risk is 300. So is this 9%?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have this tier 1 CRAR. This formula is tier 1 capital divided by total risk weighted assets into 100. This I'll tell you tomorrow. Tomorrow या थोड़ी देर बाद. अभी के लिए all you have to do is note it down. So basically this is what is Basel. Okay, where you combine the credit risk, combine the market risk, combine the operational risk. First note it down, note down this slide. If you remember this slide, you will remember everything. If you forget this slide, nobody can save you. And I request 2-3 people to please put on their cameras. Note it down and have a 5-minute break, please.
Recording stopped.
I've kept the screen open. It is 9:15. We will start at 9:20.
ये TSA का फुल क्या है?
The standard approach.
क्या सर?
The standard approach. बीटा फैक्टर वाली जो ऑपरेशन रिस्क में थी ना सर, रिटेल ब्रोकरेज रिटेल
सर और ये IRB क्या है सर? ये IRB के एब्रीविएशन बता दोगे?
15%, 12%, 18% ऐसे वाली।
वो IRB का फुल फॉर्म है सर, इंटरनल रेटिंग बेस्ड अप्रोच।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
तो ना ये कौन है जिसने 11.11 वाला क्वेश्चन पूछा? बताओ।
सर मैं पूछ रहा हूँ।
नाम बताइए सर, टेल मी योर नेम।
रुद्रेश सर।
पहले मुझे ये बताओ कितनी बार, हाउ मेनी डेज हैव यू मिस्ड द क्लास? बताओ सर। For how many days have you missed the class? Tell me.
2 or 3 days सर।
बस फिर सर, अब वीडियोस देखिए, और
Yes,
I
sir.
especially warned you that do not miss a class in BFM because everything is interconnected. क्या फायदा हुआ बताओ? आपको कहां से समझ आ जाएगा? आ ही नहीं सकता समझ।
सर one time you explain it, I will understand.
नहीं हो सकता सर, नहीं हो सकता, उससे कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा। आपको पूरा लेक्चर देखना पड़ेगा। Yes, please, everybody, are you back? Point 11 कहां से आया? अब उसकी चिंता मत करो। Unless until you watch the lectures, you revise the classes, it will not be possible. So, अभी के लिए you just memorize this chart. हाँ जी। Now, why this chart is important?
Recording sir.
Recording in progress.
Why this chart is important? Let us see. So I will do one master case study today. to understand the calculations. And tomorrow we will continue with Basel and we will finish everything. In your case study book, माइक बंद करो तो प्लीज माइक बंद करो. Open this case study 63. You have to make a few changes. इधर देखिए. Now, in this case study 63, first he has given you assets and liabilities. Then here he has given you income expenditure detail. You can cut this entire chart, cut it. And here you write, assume gross income is equals to 600. इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन नहीं आता, so just leave this chart table.
कौन सा है?
63.
83 number.
Okay. Then he says advances attract risk weight of 100% under simplified standardized approach. There are no contingent liabilities. Entire subordinate debt is payable beyond 7 years. Balance held in with Indian banks is all where CRAR is above 9%. Now, question number 1. Under the simplified standardized approach, what is the RWA for credit risk? Now, everybody, please look here. What do you have to calculate? You have to calculate this portion, this area. RWA. Can you see my mouse? Can you see my cursor? RWA
Yes, sir.
for credit risk. You have to calculate in this credit risk RWA using which approach? Standardized approach. So what was the standardized approach? Simply we multiply the risk weights with the assets. Yes or no? Now let us see. In this case, what all assets we have? Here are assets. Assets is your cash balance with RBI, balance with other banks, retail advances, corporate advances, fixed assets. So I pick up this asset and I write it here. So these are my assets. This is my asset. What is a risk weight of cash with RBI? 0. Balance with other banks 20%. Retail advances 75%. Corporate advances 100%. Fixed assets 0. These are common risk weights which you should know. So, अगर कोई uncommon होगा तो he will give you in the paper. So when you multiply the assets with risk weight, what do you get? You get risk weighted assets. So 130 into 0 is 0. 170 into 20% is 34. 3075% 2250. 6000 into 100% 6000. 700 into 0 is 0. So that means out of 10,000 crore of total assets, your risky asset is how much? 8284. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now what I do is I open my PPT and here I write RW as 8284. So can you tell me what will be the capital charge?
On 45.56.
45.56.
What is 9% of 8284? Tell me.
745.56.
745.56.
Is that clear? Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Now we go back to our question. So first question is done. Now come to second question. What is the risk weight for cash balance held with RBI? Tell me.
0.
0%.
0%.
Next. Assuming, third question, assuming the capital allocation means minimum capital, is computed on financial of 1 year only, and there are no extraordinary items of income, what is the capital allocation for operational risk? अब इधर देखो, what is the formula to find the capital charge for operational risk? बताओ, it is written
15% into average of 3
average
years.
gross income of
Average
last
gross.
3 years.
Yes.
This is known as your basic indicator approach. Okay.
जी.
But in my question, he says that we do not have 3-year data, we just have 1-year data. And usme bhi, I told you that average gross income is, assume gross income to be 600 crore. So if gross income is 600 crore, what will be the capital charge? 15% of gross income?
90.
90.
Ye Raji. Is that clear?
ग्रॉस इनकम कहाँ पे दिया हुआ है सर?
जब मैंने अज्यूम करवाया आपको, आपने क्लास लेट ज्वाइन किया है अभी, आई थिंक. Assuming gross income is equal to 600.
नहीं सर, मैं पहले से ज्वाइन किया हूँ.
अच्छा ठीक है सर.
कहाँ पे है ये 600? ये मैं नहीं देख पा रहा.
ये देखो सर, मैंने अभी लिखवाया सर, मैंने चार्ट कटवाया था कि इतनी इसकी जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि एक
ओके सर, ओके,
ठीक है ना, क्योंकि ये एक प्रैक्टिस केस स्टडी है.
Yes.
So because I made this case study so that you can practice. Okay.
Okay.
You understand the concept. Now come back to here. If your average gross income is 600, 15% of 600 is how much? 90. If this is 90, what will be the RWA? Tell me. 90 into 11.11.
1000.
1000. Is that clear? It will be 999.9999. That is 1000. Clear हो गया जी?
Yes,
Understood?
एक बार इसको बोल देना सर, थर्ड वाला.
क्या बोल रहे हैं सर?
सर ये थर्ड, ये जो फोर्थ नंबर क्वेश्चन था, रिस्क वेटेड एसेट्स फॉर ऑपरेशनल रिस्क वुड बी.
ग्रॉस इनकम दी हुई है 600, उसका 15% करोगे तो 90 आ जाएगा.
हाँ सर, हाँ.
और 90 को 11.11 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 1000 आ जाएगा.
हाँ ठीक है.
Next. So this is our question number 3. Answer is 90. Next. What is the RWA for operational risk? We have just now done it. 90 into 11.11. That is approximately 1000. Is it clear? Next.
Yes.
If the capital allocation means minimum capital.
minimum capital.
If the capital allocation for market risk is 100 crore. If the capital allocation for market risk is 100 crores, what is RWA for market risk? He says that if this is given to be 100, what is RWA? Tell me.
डबल 1.
Clear? माइक बंद करो सर, अजितेश जी बंद करो माइक. Double one. Okay. Now, if you see, we have calculated all these 6 values. RWA for all the 3 risks, capital charge for all the 3 risks. Now, what is the quantum of total risk weighted assets of the bank? He can also ask you what is the total risk of the bank. You will add all the 3 RWAs. Yes or no? 8284 plus 1000 plus 1111. ये कितना हो जाएगा?
10395.
10395. Is it clear? आपने ये स्लाइड ड्रॉ की है? हैव यू नोटेड दिस स्लाइड?
यस सर.
यस सर.
बिकॉज अगर आपने ये ड्रॉ नहीं की तो आपको ये समझ नहीं आएगा. नाउ दिस थिंग शुड बी इन योर माइंड.
अगर ये वाली अगर ये जो डायग्राम है एग्जाम में, ये वाली अगर कंप्लीट हो तो सारे क्वेश्चन ठीक हो सकते हैं हमारे आराम से ना.
सर ये जो स्लाइड है ना, दिस स्लाइड, वट एवर इज रिटन ऑन दिस स्लाइड,
जी सर,
इसकी फोटो खींच के अपने माइंड के अंदर फिट कर लो.
ओके सर.
अगर ये फोटो याद रहेगी तो क्वेश्चन 1 सेकेंड में हो जाएगा. इफ यू फॉरगेट दिस फोटोग्राफ, एंड ऑफ द स्टोरी, फॉरगेट बैसल देन.
ओके सर.
और लेट मी टेल यू, मैकमिलन में they have taken almost 50 pages to tell you this thing, which I am telling you on one slide.
Okay.
Okay, now from this, can you calculate CRAR? Tell me. Now you know that what is the formula of CRAR?
Total capital divided by total risk.
Capital divided by total weighted assets.
ये total risk weighted asset कितना है? How much total RW you have? 10395. But what is your total capital? We don't know. Okay, let us see what is happening here now. Now see this. Up to question number 6 we have done.
Yes sir.
Sure. Now come to question number 7. As per RBI directives and norms of Basel III, make this Basel III. इधर 2 लिखा हुआ है. Make this Basel III. What is the minimum CRAR and minimum Tier 1 CRAR? This is the answer. Minimum CRAR is 9% and minimum Tier 1 CRAR is 7%. अभी के लिए इसको याद कर लो. This I will explain it to you tomorrow when I take up Basel slides in detail.
जो हमारे पास मटेरियल है उसमें 9% एंड 6% है, उसको ठीक कर लें 7%.
हाँ, ये उसको 7 कर लो सर. make this 7. In your books, it will be written, in some books it will be written as 6%, make it 7. Next, for the above bank, what is the total CRAR? Now, for total CRAR, look here, I need total capital and I need total RWA. Total RWA I know, 10395. What is total capital? Now look here. In the paper, in most of the questions, total capital is given. Okay? But this master case study is for your understanding. So once you understand this case study, you will feel very confident. So इसमें मैंने आपको directly, I did not give you the total capital. I will make you use your brain. First tell me, paid up capital is a part of capital? Tier 1 or Tier 2?
Tier 1.
Tier 1.
Tier 1.
So your paid up capital is your Tier 1. Free reserves, Tier 1, Tier 2?
Tier 1.
Tier 1.
Tier 1. Subordinate debt, Tier 1, Tier 2?
Tier 2.
Tier 2.
Tier 2. Deposits, Tier 1, Tier 2?
Tier 1.
तो सोच के बोलो,
Tier 2 सर.
सोच के बोलो.
नहीं आएगा सर,
टाइम बाउंडेड है,
कैपिटल में नहीं आएगा सर.
तो कैपिटल में नहीं आएगा.
फिर मुझे एक बात बताओ, इज द डिपॉजिट कैपिटल ऑफ द बैंक?
No sir, liability.
फिर बोरोइंग कैपिटल होती है? नो, लाइबिलिटी. अदर लाइबिलिटी, इज अदर लाइबिलिटी कैपिटल? नो, लाइबिलिटी. व्हाट इज योर टोटल कैपिटल? Now I clearly know that my Tier 1 capital is how much? 700.
700.
And what is my Tier 2 capital?
400.
50% लेंगे सर उसका.
50%
एक मिनट यार, मुझे बोल लेने दो प्लीज कीप क्वाइट प्लीज. नाउ Tier 2, it looks here that it is 400. But if you see the slide that I made you write down, ये देखो, that subordinate debt can be maximum 50% of Tier 1.
Tier 1.
ठीक है? So according to this, your Tier 2 subordinate debt cannot be 400. The maximum value which I can put here is 350 because my Tier 1 is only 700.
जी.
Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, clear.
Yes sir.
So
So what will be my total capital then?
10,50.
1050.
Is it clear to everybody?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So many people will make a mistake here if they give you a question like this. So that is why if I write my total capital as 1050, if I write my total capital as 1050, now can you tell me what is the CRAR of the bank?
10.1.
101.0.
10.10.
Hanji?
10.10, sir.
10.1.
10.10, sir.
It is
10.10.
10.10.
10.10.
Is that clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, अब इधर देखो. You have understood this thing. Sometimes the same question he changes the words. वो इसी क्वेश्चन को आपको he can ask you like this, and he will ask you, mind you, he will ask you that the bank compares his CRAR according to the CRAR prescribed by RBI. And what do we find? We find that we have, how much RBI has prescribed? 9%. How much we have?
10.10.
10.10. That means we have extra capital by how much?
1.10.
1.1%. Okay. So he can also ask you in the other way that check karo, do you have sufficient capital, minimum capital? So we can simply check. I can simply check. मैं इधर लिख रहा हूं, देखो, that how my minimum capital should be 9% of RWA. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
is my RWA? 103.5. Yes or no?
जी,
What is 9% of 10395?
935.
हाँ जी,
935.55.
935.55. That means the bank should have a minimum capital of 935.5 crore. But how much we have? We have 1050 crore. That means, can I say we have extra capital? Excess means we have my minimum capital is or my capital is
114.45.
our capital is 115, yeah, 114.5 crore more than minimum. Yes or no?
जी सर.
Now है कुछ भी नहीं, but he can ask the same question in this way. So उस केस में आप confuse ना हो जाओ. So I just make you understand it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Now we move to the next question. What is my next question? If you see this, question number 8 is done. 10.10, it is over. Okay. Has the bank complied with minimum CRAR with respect to Tier 1? Now, understand the minimum CRAR with respect to Tier 1. This should be minimum 7%. This should be minimum 7%. That means minimum Tier 1 CRAR should be 7%. Now you have two methods. One method is, you know what is your Tier 1 capital. Your Tier 1 capital is 700. Okay. And what is your total RWA? 10395. Multiply by 100. What do you get? You will get is कितना है बोलो?
6.73.
6.73.
6.73%. That means your Tier 1 capital is less.
जी.
ठीक है ना? We can say our Tier 1 capital is short. कितनी short बताओ? How much short?
0.27.
0.27.
Short by 0.27%. Correct? But in the paper, he doesn't give you the option like this. In the paper, the option is in rupees. So simple logic है यार, simple logic है. क्या करूं? How much should be my minimum tier 1 capital? My minimum tier 1 capital should be 7% of RWA. Minimum tier 1 should be 7% of RWA. That means 7% of 10395. That means कितना हो गया? 10395 कितना हो गया?
727.
27.5.
कितना हो गया?
727.6.
27.65.
So my minimum tier 1 capital should be 727.6 crore. But how much do I have? 700 crore. So can I say short by 27.6 crores? Yes or no? So देखो, the same question he can simply ask you to calculate tier 1 CRAR. In that case, your answer will be 6.73%. Okay. If he asks you that are you satisfying your tier 1 CRAR criteria, simply check जो भी risk weighted asset है उसका 7% निकाल दो. देखो, do we have capital equal to that? If not, that means you are short. कितनी short? 27.6 crores. Note it down please if you have understood. Did you understand this thing? Have you understood this thing? Tell me.
सर थोड़ा सा लास्ट वाला दोबारा बता दो सर.
क्या?
यही सर और टीयर 1 कैपिटल शॉर्ट बाय
टायर 1 कैपिटल कितनी होनी चाहिए? 7% होनी चाहिए. 7% किसका? 7% ऑफ व्हाट? रिस्की एसेट. आपका रिस्की एसेट कितना है? हाउ मच इज योर रिस्की एसेट? बोलो सर, हाउ मच इज योर रिस्की एसेट? $10395 is your risky asset. Okay.
आंसर में ए जो है ये बिलो 9 की जगह सी आएगा.
सर एक मिनट रुक जाओ, अभी रुक जाओ, आंसर की चिंता मत करो, मेरी बात को सुनो पहले. हाउ मच इज योर रिस्की एसेट सर? बोलो.
10395.
10395. उसका 7% चाहिए ना आपको, कि अगर रिस्क आप 10395 का ले रहे हो तो कैपिटल टायर 1 कैपिटल कितनी होनी चाहिए? उसका 7%.
जी जी जी.
कितना होगा 7%?
745. 727.6. हाँ जी जी.
लेकिन आपके पास टायर 1 कैपिटल कितनी है? हाउ मच टायर 1 कैपिटल डू यू हैव?
700.
तो कितनी शॉर्ट है?
ठीक है.
समझ आ गया सही? अगर आप बुक में देखोगे ना तो बुक में आपका आंसर है पहला नो, बिकॉज माय टीयर 1 कैपिटल रेशियो इज लेस देन 7%. यहां पे देखो मेरा आंसर है 6.73. ओके, सो इट इज शॉर्ट. कितनी शॉर्ट है? सो वी कैन से इट इज शॉर्ट बाय 27.6 crores. इज दैट क्लियर और नॉट?
यस सर.
और ये थ्योरी क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है. सबऑर्डिनेट डेट विल बी टेकन इन टायर 2 इफ
more than 1 year.
Option A is also correct, option B is also correct. Answer is option number C. Remaining maturity 1 साल से ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, और ओरिजिनल जब वो आया था maturity should be more than 5 years. This is the reason I made you write the definition of subordinate debt.
Sir, previous slide, sir.
I will stop here today. Now,
सर कल सुबह कितने बजे क्लासेस स्टार्ट होगी?
कल करेंगे सर 9 करेंगे,
शाम को ही रखिए सर।
नहीं शाम को नहीं सर, सुबह करके खत्म हो जाओ, बिकॉज अभी फेस्टिवल टाइम है और कल डिसाइड करेंगे संडे को कितनी देर की क्लास करनी है कि नहीं करनी, वो देख लेंगे।
7 से 11।
हाँ यही टाइम रखते हैं सर, 7 से 11 रखते हैं।
हाँ यही सही रहेगा सर।
सर संडे मंडे की लीव रख लीजिए।
हाँ वो कल वो लीव का देख लेंगे सर। टुमारो वी विल हैव अ क्लास एट 7 o'clock and we will finish by 11:15. ओके और अब एक काम करना है प्लीज, कल मैं ये क्वेश्चन समझ आ गया सबको?
यस सर।
आई एम स्टॉपिंग द क्लास।
लेट ज्वाइन किया है थोड़ा सा, तो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग लेनी पड़ेगी इसके लिए तो।
हाँ तो ले लेना सर वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग। कब आपने क्लास कब ज्वाइन की है?
ये थोड़ा सा टाइम हो गया इसको ज्वाइन किए, मतलब लेट हो गया मैं।
तो वो तो सबको वीडियो देखनी पड़ेगी।
When will I be getting today's video, sir? When can I access? Because I too joined the class quite late.
सर वीडियो अपलोड लेट से हो रही है क्या?
सर वीडियो अपलोड अगले दिन होगी ना। अभी आप ये देखो ना, रात के 10 बज गए हैं, तो कल सुबह वीडियो अपलोड करेंगे। 2-3 घंटे लगेंगे वीडियो को अपलोड करने में।
अच्छा अच्छा
सर क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 बता दीजिएगा एक बार।
So sorry, I do not understand. When can I access today's video, sir? When will it be uploaded?
By tomorrow evening, ma'am. Question number 7, sir. You have to remember this. ये आपको कल tomorrow you will understand this thing. ये 9% तो आपको पता ही है मिनिमम CR है यार।
अच्छा
ठीक है ना। और ये Basel 3 में this was increased to 7%. Tier 1 CR is 7%. You will understand tomorrow. सर देखो ऐसा है कि आज मैंने आपको Basel का I have just given you an overview. So with this you understand the structure in your mind. Okay. Tomorrow I will finish Basel portion and I will finish interest rate risk and NPA. बस फिर हम और कुछ नहीं करेंगे। Okay. So ये Basel पोर्शन को अच्छी तरह कल दोबारा से एक बार रिवाइज हो जाएगा। सो एंड आई वांट यू टू स्पेंड 10 minutes right now and revise whatever we have done today. I want you to revise now in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm stopping the class early by 10 minutes, so please use this time to revise it. All right? समझ आ रहा है जी कि नहीं आ रहा?
Recording stopped.
Tomorrow class